Hey, thanks for joining us again. This time we actually finally get out of the Yukon. Oh my goodness. The Yukon is actually larger than Texas, but only has like 40,000 people. And to put it in perspective, Folsom has 87,000. We stopped in this little town of Carcross to do some window shopping on our way to Skagway. This is the White Pass in Yukon that's taking on passengers at Carcross, and they'll be headed up over the hill into Skagway, which is our destination also. We arrived in town about 9 o'clock and parked on the outskirts and walked about 2 miles into town. Town is slowly coming to life. We've been here for an hour or so. Today there's 3 cruise ships here, but at their busy peak seasons there's 5 ships here. Well, we've arrived at Skagway, but it's a very cold day for the White Pass in Yukon. The clouds are sitting so low right now. We actually drove in this morning, and for the most part we were driving through the clouds. Now the Yukon goes up over those same passes, so taking a train ride through the fog is probably not going to be on the list today. Skagway is a nice little town with a good balance of stores and souvenirs, some restaurants, a couple of beer places, just a good variety of stores. By early afternoon we were done touring the town, but there was one place left we wanted to see, which was Frank Reed's gravesite. Frank Reed was the founding father of the town, and him and Jefferson Smith had a shootout in 1843. Well, Frank had survived the shootout, but he was actually shot in the groin, and it took him a week to die, but then he finally passed away. It's always sad for me to walk around an old graveyard of forgotten headstones from years gone by. Most of these are from the 1800s. It's not an active cemetery at this point. Leaving Skagways, we had another 450 miles or so to get to Dawson City. This is the true gold rush town which drew all the people into this Yukon area. In 1898-ish, there was 40,000 people that lived in this town, and today there's a mere 1,400 people. So this area is very rich in gold mining history. I took a tour of dredge number 4, which was one of the largest dredges ever made. It was number 4 and number 5, but this happens to be number 4. It operated these waters around Dawson City from 1913 until about 1959. And during that time, it would process about 18,000 cubic yards of material a day. And out of that, it would produce about 800 ounces of gold every day it operated. It operated all summer long with a crew of only 4, but there was hundreds of workers cutting down trees and removing all the overburden. It actually pumped steam into the ground ahead of the dredge to thaw out the permafrost down to bedrock. We spent the night at Diamond Tooth Gertie's, which is a gambling hall and kind of a can-can dance that they put on. We found it quite interesting. We spotted this guy off on one of the tables, and it looks like he was cleaning cards. Rather than throw away, get a new deck, I think he was cleaning them.
This is Tom and Anna. We are getting ready to leave Dawson City, and we are going to be getting on this ferry that you see coming up here and going across to the other side. And this will be the first time that we've ever been on a ferry with the truck and trailer. And we're getting ready to go to Chicken, which is going to be a very interesting drive. All right, talk to you later. Bye. So we're on the ferry, and of course we forgot to record getting on the ferry. Oops. Maybe we'll record getting off the ferry. So I think it takes 6 to 7 minutes to get across, and it's free, and maybe you see the sign right there, but you have to stay in your vehicle, and yeah. It was pretty uneventful. And we're on here all by ourselves, no other vehicles. But there's a lineup you can maybe see on the other side to get across.
We need a good sailing song.
Like row, row, row your boat
Gently
across the stream.
I was thinking rowing, but I was thinking of, I don't know a sailing song.
I don't either. Sailing, I don't know.
This town we're going to, they call it Chicken because they couldn't spell, I guess, this other name, and I don't recall the name, but it's not important. But I think the other reason it's called Chicken is the road going there.
You're making that up.
is not very good. It's got like 7 hairpin switchbacks, and
let's just say it's so bad that I might have to drive, which is really scary. Oh boy.
But I think they kind of call it Chicken because if you can't get to it, you're a chicken.
So the other option would be is to go back the same way we came, which is like 18 hours.
It's 18 hours going around or 6 hours going through Chicken. So
we're going through Chicken. I was talking to Emily the other day on the phone, and she was asking where we were at, and she goes, "Do you know there's a town named Chicken nearby?" Like, yeah, I know all about it.
Well, we'll videotape getting off, unless we mess this up also.
I think the thought of me driving to Chicken scares Tom more than him actually driving.
Yeah, considering she's only driven this thing, I think, in a parking lot.
No, that's not true. I drove out of the winery.
Oh, out of the winery, about 100 yards.
I backed it up. says stop. Okay. Brake is on. Why do you have your brake on?
Brake is off.
Oh, I thought it said brake is on.
These guys are quite professional. They're checking both sides. They're pretty good.
Look at the blackbird right by. Wow, it's so pretty. It's a little fox. Hi, baby.
Well, here we are. After a mere 4,000 miles, we're approaching the Alaskan border finally. I'll tell you, we noticed a dramatic difference in the roads. The dirt roads, that is, on the Canadian sides. I was doing 40 miles an hour on them. On the Alaskan side, yeah, not so much. We were down into the probably 15 mile an hour for mile after mile. This blacktop you see only lasted, right around that border crossing. But we had about 100 miles to go between Dawson City and Chicken, and it was all dirt. Well, we're coming into Chicken here, and I don't know what everybody was saying about the road, but it was actually quite decent. And at Chicken here, we finally get some blacktop again. Thanks for watching, and you remember what you have to do now.
If you like our video, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.